So what is going on, guys? I'm Black. What's amazing? Welcome back to another video on the channel where today, well, just before I get into that, that sounds weird because I haven't made a video in 3 or 4 weeks now, which is the longest I've ever gone since maybe the beginning of this channel. I don't think I've ever gone more than a week before, so to go 3 or 4 weeks feels really weird. And the reason I haven't been making any videos isn't because I don't like Vanguard or I just can't be bothered with zombies. It's really just because I haven't been able to because of health issues. The reason I haven't done videos is because I've been waiting. Also, commentating takes a lot of talking, and lately I've been very short of breath, so it's just been a combination of not being able to. Yes, there also hasn't been too much going on in terms of zombies. We have just had the new map, which I'm going to talk about, but also, and I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but when you don't know what's going on, it's pretty difficult to motivate yourself to, well, do anything, I suppose. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way because I have seen a couple of people asking in my previous video, which was 3 weeks ago. The main reason I haven't posted is because I have a few things going on. I do want to try and post more, but I can't promise anything, so we'll just see how we go. But I did want to make this video today because with the release of Shi No Numa Remastered or Reborn, whatever you want to call it, that came out a few days ago and I only just played it yesterday, and I've played it again today. I have still been able to play video games, but the reason I didn't play it on day one was just because I wasn't really excited. I thought, okay, it's Shi No Numa. Vanguard as a whole I don't like, the systems, and well, Shi No Numa we've had plenty of times in the past. It just wasn't something that excited me or made me want to play it straight away, and that might be, once again, the first time I can remember off the top of my head, besides from the past 2 zombies maps in Vanguard. But in terms of a round-based map, I think I've played every single one of them since I started back in 2010. On day one, whereas this one I didn't, just because, well, I wasn't excited about it. But I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. And that's the reason why I'm making this video today, because I'm pleasantly surprised. Zombies for me over the past few years has been on a slow downward spiral, I would say, since BO3. BO4 was worse than that. I didn't think Cold War was any better than BO4, and then Vanguard was the bottom of the barrel. So after we had Duran Fang and whatever the second map was, at that point I really just gave up on Vanguard zombies. Shi No Numa didn't excite me, but having played it for myself, being 100% honest, I think this is better than the original. And so what I wanted to do in this video is go through each and every main point that makes this map to see if this is a turning point for Vanguard zombies, because Treyarch have told us that we are going to be getting another round-based zombies map. I think that will be the last one, so we'll have a total of 4 maps in this game, or 2 round-based zombies maps. I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see, but yeah, Shi No Numa is a relatively simple map. It always has been. It's never been my favourite. It's not the worst, it's just a good fun map to play. It's easy, it was one of the first we ever ran on zombies, so you could expect it to be simple, which is probably part of the reason why we have it back in Vanguard, because, well, 1, it was already in the game from the beginning, just not fully completed, and 2, it's a simple map. There really isn't much to it compared to other ones that we've had over the years. But because I was never a huge fan of the original Shi No Numa, to me it was always an average map. If I did a zombies map ranking video, it'd probably come somewhere near to the middle. But having played it immediately, I found myself more invested in this than I have any other version of this map. I just found it more fun. Now, exactly why that was, I can't 100% put my finger on, because besides from one new area, the layout is the same, so it isn't that. It definitely isn't the enemies, because bosses such as Sabella or the Boomers are a lot more annoying than the Hellhounds. The storyline definitely isn't as good as the original, neither are the characters. The wonder weapon is the same. The one thing I will say is it's a lot easier because of the armor system and the amount of hits you can take on zombies nowadays, which also goes hand in hand with the movement. It's a lot faster than, say, the BO3 version of Zombies Chronicles or the original back on World at War. It's a lot smoother, so it must be down to those couple of reasons why I think this is better than the original. Also, besides from the graphics, I don't think they're that much better than the Zombies Chronicles version, and to be honest, it's difficult to compare because BO3 is a lot more cartoony, whereas Vanguard is more realistic, so it depends which theming you prefer. But especially compared to the original back in World at War, obviously the graphics are a huge improvement, so that does come into play a little bit. But for me, it's mainly down to the gameplay, the smoothness, and how easy it is compared to the original. I've always said I'm not the best zombies player, so if there's a chance for me to play an easier version of a relatively difficult map, I'll take it. But yeah, I have to take my hat off to Treyarch here. They've done a pretty good job. This is a good map, and if anyone was asking, yeah, I would say this is a reason to download Vanguard Zombies again and give it a try. That was my thinking originally. I didn't play it because I thought, well, what's the point? I've played this map, it's not going to be any good or any better than the original, but I think it's on par if not better. So if you enjoy or miss round-based zombies, it's definitely worth trying this out. Just going through what it contains then. As far as the main Easter egg goes and the side Easter eggs, honestly, this combines with the story as well. I just can't can't really get into the story that Treyarch are trying to tell in Vanguard Zombies. From the beginning, the characters to me aren't interesting. There's way too much dialogue. I know now they've tied in the Chaos story as well, which again to me was never really that interesting in BO4, although a lot better than what they've told so far in Vanguard. The ending for the main quest, the cutscene if you want to call it that, isn't really anything to write home about as well. You could say the same for the side Easter eggs. There aren't many. There's the musical Easter egg, which is now the telephone, and a few others as well. If you wanted Easter eggs or storyline, I don't think this map does it. I just don't think Vanguard as a whole does it. But if you just want to play zombies like the good old days, then this is pretty much as good as you're going to get. The new area, the dig site, is a very welcome bonus. Not a really interesting area, especially aesthetically, compared to the other 4 locations and the main hut. It's just a big open, well, as the name implies, dig site. It's an empty space. But if you aren't a great zombies player, it's a great training area. It makes this map a hell of a lot easier. That's a welcome addition. Also, this map has a pack-a-punch machine, which the original on World at War didn't have. The PAP wasn't introduced until the map after Derice, so there is now a pack-a-punch machine. Again, that just makes the game easier. The bosses, as I mentioned earlier, are all a pain in the arse. The Hellhounds were great, but all 3 on this map, I'm probably going to pronounce their names wrong, I can't remember what they're called, but Zabella, which is the main one, the Boomers, whatever they're called, and the Strumkrieger, maybe I've got his name wrong, basically the zombie with a gun. All some of the worst bosses ever in zombies, especially the Strumkriegers. I absolutely hate them. The Boomers are manageable, and I know a lot of people hate Zabella, but to me she's not that bad. You just have to make sure you move about. But yeah, the bosses definitely don't help. The Wunderwaffe is, well, the Wunderwaffe, we've had it in zombies before. I don't think it's any different in terms of damage. It does seem like the reload is slower. I haven't done comparisons, but the Wunderwaffe has always been a reliable wonder weapon anyway. Not the best compared to, say, the Thundergun, the Sliquify, the Apothecon Servant, but it was the original OG OP wonder weapon. It wouldn't make sense to have another one. And yeah, that's really it. It's Shi No Numa. There's not much to it, but there is a lot more good than bad. In fact, there really aren't any bad things. Besides from the bosses and the storyline, the characters we play as, and the lack of Easter eggs or the actual enter the main Easter egg, there is just something about it. Maybe it's just because it's newer, but I'd prefer to play this than the original Shi No Numa, especially at this moment in time. Maybe as we go on and I play it more and more, that'll change. One thing this definitely does miss is a good set of characters. I can't stand operators. The original Shi No Numa did have the OG Ultimus crew. That can never be beat. But from just a gameplay perspective, I much prefer this, Shi No Numa Reborn. And I have to say, for what it is, Treyarch have done a good job. They've finally done something right for the zombies mode in this game. Doran Fang and the other Egypt map, although they were experiments, they didn't work, so hopefully we never see that in zombies again. And moving on from here, we just go back to round-based maps, and hopefully the next one is an original one that we haven't had before. So yeah, there we go. I just wanted to give you a short summary of this map and also say, yeah, Treyarch, you've done a good job on this. It surpassed my expectations anyway. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed the video today. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.